How's it going, YouTube? Warsmith Garrett here, back at it again in my quest to become a niche internet micro celebrity. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building a squad of Hellblasters. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, I think that's about as stable as we're going to get it. Keep it focused. Alright, so what we're planning to do, this is going to be a 5-man squad of Dark Angels with plasma guns. And what I'm planning to do, because they recently changed the what do you call it? The damage profile for Hellblasters. What we're gonna do... Okay, so I should explain the damage profile thing. The damage profile is all Hellblasters, regardless of which type of gun they have, because they have 2 types of guns. Regardless of which type of gun they have, they don't have different damage profiles now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making 4 with the self-contained type of gun, and then one of them, he's going to have the gun with like the hoses and stuff. And the one with the hoses, I'm also going to put him in Gravis armor. Like, I'm going to give him Gravis pauldrons. I'm going to give him all the stuff he'd need, basically. But yeah, I'm going to give him Gravis armor, and he's going to have the hose gun, so he's the squad's heavy, if that makes sense. Alright? So let's get cutting and gluing. So, first things first, let's come up with the sergeant. How do I want the sergeant to look? I want the sergeant to be... So I'm going to make the sergeant with this type of an arm, but he's not going to have the gun, like the hose gun. He's just going to have the self-contained little magazine unit. That's always a good way to start with any Space Marines, really. You always start with the sergeant. I don't know if you were able to see it, but yeah. So let's start with the body. That's D21 and D20. And I am going to paint these guys in subassembly, and I'm going to show you a way to keep track of that, like how they're supposed to go, because it can be a little bit confusing. Yeah, I'm going to paint and cut and glue them in subassembly. That's D21. And that is D20. Okay. Doing good so far. Kind of wondering if I couldn't use... If I don't have any Gravis. Give me a second, I might actually be able to improve the guy I'm putting in Gravis armor a little bit with some of the other materials I have. See if I can't search through my heavy intercessor kit, or the remnants of it, and see if I don't have any Gravis gorgets or anything. Because if I do, that would be even cooler. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, here's a Gravis Pauldron, because I know I'm going to need one, at least one of those. Alright. So yeah, I did a squad of heavy intercessors about a year back. So there's a Gravis Pauldron. I don't know if I have any Gravis torsos. So I feel like the torso is probably a piece that is consumed in the... Yeah, I'm not seeing any, so probably not. Yeah, the torso is typically consumed in the making of any squad, so that's not all that surprising. Sometimes they have alternates, but not always. And the ones who do give you alternates of a torso, I mean, honestly, you're wild for that. Pretty cool, though. Doesn't happen very often, though. So, alright. Alright, putting these guys away. And you may have noticed that I didn't put the so that's going to be his right pauldron. His left is actually going to come from that last model that we did, the Gravis Captain. Yeah. See if I can't find it. Wait a minute. No, I have Gravis Pauldrons from the Dark Angel sprue. Okay, so that's going to be his... Oh, the one I got from the Gravis Captain is going to be on his right side, I think is what the plan was. Why can't I find that? What did you guys do with it? You know, bandits. You darn ran off with my pauldron. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a pauldron that will fit to a Tacticus arm. There's that one. We'll want to just slide right off. But I do need to work out a way to attach a Gravis pauldron to a Tacticus shoulder, and I'm thinking like just stick it on there like that. Not this one, obviously. I'll use one of the Dark Angels upgrade sprue ones, but I think just stick it on top of that. Yeah, I think that should work. In fact, probably use that one. Okay, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. In that case, I'll just go ahead and do that now. Alright, where's the Dark Angels upgrade sprue? Right here. So for the one that's getting the Gravis pauldron, he's going to be this guy. So we'll give him this pauldron, because he's not a sergeant. So he's not going to get the one with the little scroll. And then we just take this and go shave that down a bit. You know what, to make him look beefier, I think we're going to put this one back. Don't worry guys, I have a plan. I'm going to put this pauldron back, because it's just a base pauldron. This is the Gravis Captain head, so we're going to use that. I'm going to put that base pauldron back, and then we're just going to use one of the regular Hellblasters, Tacticus pauldrons, because it'll just, same size as that other one, so it'll, the Gravis pauldron will just slip on over it like that. Yeah, there we go. We're good. See, I told you guys there was nothing to worry about. And you were freaking out. Yeah, you gotta shave these down a little bit. But, oh well. That is a part of doing any 40K model. There's a little bit of sprue removal, no matter what. Alright. So we're gonna take some of the primer coat off of this, just because we need the face of this to marry up to the we need this to marry up to the back of this Gravis pauldron. So alright, cool, that's good and on there. Well, off of there, actually. That's the entire point of what we were doing there. Alright, we take this and this is another thing. You may have noticed I had some extra pieces laying around, and that is because I don't throw anything away. I always save all of my extra pieces, because you never know when you're gonna mess something up and now you need another piece. You want to do some kind of a special project. Oh, you want to put a guy, like a dead guy, on the base of another guy. Well, you're gonna need extra pieces for that. So all of the extra pieces that come with a kit, stick them in a box somewhere. They don't have to be organized. I like to keep mine at least somewhat organized, but you don't have to. Okay. Okay. All right. Take that. All right. Torsos together. Now, which legs does he get? D23 and D22. Okay. Here's our sprue. Okay, these two. So these are pretty easy to get off. Yeah, you can just follow the flat part of the foot with these and then come in like that. Okay. So this is how I like to do it. Basically, first things first, you want to put the torso and the legs together. Alright. Now we take our file and we go in. Alright, and then yeah, okay. Got that. Alright. Okay. Okay. Stick that torso down. That's good. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do the backpack on him. His isn't going to be too complicated. We do need to give him an empty holster because he is going to have his pistol drawn. So, let me find an empty holster piece. Do we not have an empty holster piece? If we don't, that's fine. We can get one. Alright. Yeah, backpack. Alright. Yeah, all the backpacks are the same, so that's fine. good. Yeah, alright. This is all the further we're going to go with his like gluing his body onto him, just because there's a process to it. Bear with me, there is a process. There is method in my madness. I didn't hear the original phrase of that until I was like 13, and I'd been saying that phrase for years. Because the original is, there is madness in your method, man, which is an accusation of the person, some scientist, being crazy, which makes sense. But it wasn't until several years later that I heard that. I heard there's method in your madness a long time before that, and I really, that vibed with me. That stuck with me, and that might be my own personal problem that might be my cross to bear, you know. Okay, so I could go with this, or I could give him the skull one. I think I'm gonna give him the skull one just because. But for his pauldrons, I'm going to give him the Dark Angel symbol with the scroll. Alright. Because he is the sergeant. These should be set aside. And then for his other pauldron, it's going to be the little one with the little hanger down thing and the skull on it. And that also designates him as a sergeant. Because that's just how we do. And yeah, he's going to have his helmet on. That's one thing I always find to be aggravating, that they're like, oh yeah, the sergeants and everybody has their helmets off. Because there's a lore book. Not a lore book. There's a Tau book where Farsight is reminiscing with one of his lieutenants. And basically, one of them's talking about how there's this time that an Astartes captain almost killed him. And he probably would have pulled it off if the big lummox had been wearing his helmet. Because their armor was proven to be proof against the Tau's weapons. And had the Astartes captain been wearing his helmet, it probably would have stopped the Tau's shot. In other words, that captain ended up a anecdote in some Tau's story because he wasn't wearing his helmet. And I think that's unacceptably stupid. Like, that ending up as a story in someone else's story because you had a helmet and weren't wearing it. Now, if the helmet became damaged and like it was blinding you or something, that's one thing. From what I understood, they said that the guy hadn't even had any damage to his helmet. It was perfectly fine, and he opted not to wear it, which is just unacceptably stupid. Alright. So yeah, for the sergeant, what we're going to do is we're going to give him holding the gun by the carry handle, just because I think that's always the dumbest thing. In boot camp, my DIs would have absolutely killed the entire platoon if they saw one of us carrying our M16 by the carry handle. So that's why I'm going to make this guy do it. Because he is the sergeant, so he's allowed to be stupid, at least to some degree. Okay. So, the body glued together, his arm down at the side like this. So this is where that, method in the madness comes in. We're going to put the pauldrons on the arms. But we're going to do so with the arms pressed to the body. Let me just make sure of something. I feel like this is the same size. Oh yeah, that would fit perfectly. Great. Cool. Almost dropped that. Almost lost my cool there for a second. Yeah, okay. So this will go on there. But we're going to put the pauldron on the arm once the arm is sitting against the body. We're not going to glue it onto the body, though. And we can do that later. So yeah, he's going to be holding his gun down there like that by the carry handle. Which I always think it's funny that they make guns that have that and they call that a carry handle, and you are not supposed to ever carry your gun by that. Or your NCOs, your sergeants, everybody above you will have a conniption if they catch you carrying it by the thing called a carry handle. Okay. Yet again, melting the glue so that we can get a good flow through this pauldron, or through this needle into the pauldron. Alright. Arm against body. Yeah, we'll put it on there and then we'll press the two together. Because you want to make sure that the pauldron doesn't interfere with the arm attaching to the body. So that's why you want to do that while it's still wet. Okay. Goes on there perfectly. Because the pauldrons do shift on this little upper arm thing. Alright, and then we're doing the same thing to this one. So, let's go ahead and shave off some of the primer. Okay, stick that on there. We re-stick that on there. And we're going to put this against the body as well. There. And then once that's dried off a little bit, great. That's the position we want that arm to be in. Great, that's done. We're going to get the head. We're going to use the Dark Angels upgrade sprue head with the helmet with the little sword on the forehead. It's fine. I like that. You're not seeing any empty holsters, so I'm probably... Oh, there's one. Yep. There we go. Go ahead and attach this holster to the body, just because it goes on the body. Let's check the instructions. Okay, plasma pistol. Alright, and then pistol holster, I think it goes... I'm trying to judge based on the crack. It's kind of looking like it goes on this leg. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird place to put it. No, it would go on this leg. I think just like this or something. I don't know. I don't see what the point of this little cut is. Let's go to the back, because that definitely has, or at least it should, have an indicator for how the... Okay, I guess it's not. Alright, doesn't show it. Let's see here. Let's figure out. I think we're just going to put it on here, because, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Wait, maybe it's supposed to go on here. Yeah, so we're going to put this on there, and it's going to go right behind that little hip plate. So like on the leg, but not on the hip plate. Yeah, that's where we're going to put that one. And then this gun is the kind that gets the... Where did I put my snips? There's my snips. Okay. So this gun is the kind that gets the... It has a little underbarrel thing. Yeah, not the... D12, okay. D11 and D12. Yep, there we go. Okay. Nope, not that one. We're going to use a sharp one. Okay, and then okay. Here's that little magazine thing that goes with them to make it a self-contained gun as opposed to a backpack-fed unit. Okay. And yeah, that's in there. Let's shave off the sides of this little magazine thing. Okay. Alright, we got the magazine thing in the gun. Do a little bit of shaving on the bottom of this. Little pit for the head. Next order of business. I think we're gonna skip straight to the dude that we're putting in the Gravis armor. Let's see what all poses these guys got. Definitely not going with the one where his gun's down, for sure. Maybe this guy. Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna go with 12 for the Gravis guy. Oh, wait, we should show, I'm gonna show you guys how I designate which pieces go to which guy. So I'm gonna go with red, blue. They're Dark Angels, so they're gonna be in green. So we're not using green. Go with red, blue, orange. Fuck it. White and purple. Okay. So for the sergeant, let me pick a brush. You don't really have to do anything specific for like brushing, but you know, the blue and the purple look very similar. We're gonna go with this blue and this purple, just to make sure they're so very different. Alright, so we got Fiston. This is what I'm gonna do for the sergeant, so we know who he is and which pieces go for him. Because you want to do the base coating in sub-assembly on these guys. Because this is going to get shaved off later. You want to put this in the joins where this is going to go over it. And yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because this thing is also going to get one of these. Alright. Cool. That being said, we can set the sergeant aside. Alright. Next thing's next. We're gonna do Big Ounce, the dude with the hose-fed gun. Also, to make him look further like he's further in Gravis armor, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of those hose units, some of the unused ones, on the back of his legs like the Gravis armor has, in order to make him look like his legs are like super powered by the by the Gravis armor, because Gravis armor is supposed to be heavy, so he needs to look like he is the heavy. Okay? Alright, so D38, D37, D40, and D39. Okay? So D40. D40 and D39, D38, D37 for the, okay, D37 and D38 right here, these two. I wonder if there's... No, I don't think there's any Gravis armor in the Leviathan box. I don't think. Well, it's right here. I could check it. Yeah, sure. You know, before I get it glued in. It can be cut off, but if it's glued in, then it's kind of... Alright, so here's something that... It's hard to get that little piece of sprue there. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to cut the sprue off of it, and then you see how we got that little piece of sprue there? We're going to, after we have it off of the whole sprue, I'm going to come back in and snip that little bit off. That'll save us a lot of headache down the road. Okay. Now then we shave all the marrying surfaces with our handy dandy file. Some of these are kind of harder to get because they're difficult. Alright, so shave the bottom of the feet, because this guy has his feet planted so he can shoot. So that's also why we're going with this guy for the Gravis plate. Okay, so First things first, we glue the torso together. I do have another thing of this glue coming, but I'm not going to be going home this weekend. Which is a real shame, because my deathcore box is supposed to be coming in. It's not the only reason I'm unhappy that I'm not going home, but it is one of the bigger ones. It was something I was looking forward to for a while. It's fine. My deathcore box will keep at the store. Alright, so we're going to stick him on this base. Okay. Let me double check that. No. We will check this just to make sure, because if there are any Gravis units in here, maybe. No, so, alright, the stern guard are intact, I guess. The well, there's the Gravis apothecary, but no, I'm not going to sacrifice his armor for that. Alright. He's got no Gravis armor. That's fine. That's fine. That's a good deal. I don't really prefer to drink like original Monster, so you know, if anybody wants to get a hold of Venom and get me a sponsorship, that'd be awesome. Get on it, guys. Alright, let's get some of this sprue off the bottom of his helmet. Okay. So this is number 12 guy. Alright, so he gets arm number 42, D42. And these do correspond to certain arms, so that's why you want to make sure you got the right one for each. D42. Okay. Yeah, we can shave that off in a bit. Alright. There's his gun arm. Where's his stabilizing arm? 41. D41. Okay. like your pile of armor, dude. This is a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to be. I'm kind of okay with that, though, just because it looks really cool. Okay. D42. Then, because he's getting the full package, like the hose and everything, also going to give him the backpack unit and the hose. So D43. Okay. That's D43. That'll attach to the hose on his gun. His gun gets D44. Let's see here. D44 is this length of hose. Yeah, it wouldn't really even matter if I did have, what do you call it, a Gravis backpack. Just because this has to go on, like the little backpack mounted thing, has to go on a Tacticus backpack anyway. So it wouldn't really matter if I put that on a Gravis backpack, because it wouldn't reach. So, yeah. Kind of have to do that. So now we give him his backpack. Then we'll go ahead and put the backpack on. Same thing we did with the sergeant. Okay. Okay. We are going to give him the little targeting thing, just because I think those look cool, and because the difference between the two types of plasma thing doesn't matter anymore, so. And then I think I'm gonna give him the... He'll be the only one who gets the little muzzle with the thing on it, because he's the only one with the big gun. Yep, I think that's about it for him. I don't think I see anything else he needs. So, go ahead and start shaving and gluing. How much longer I got left? Okay. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left, which is just about enough time to get started with shaving and gluing, and then I'll do his stuff in Temple Guard. Just because he's going to be the heavy plasma guy, he gets the plasma blue designators and stuff. Alright, so we start with the gun muzzle. Alright. Okay. And okay. So yeah, we're shaving the gun muzzle down a bit. Okay. stick. Ah, damn it. Forgot to do that. Sorry, YouTube. Good, we're gonna get that, and boom. Stick that on there, stick that on there. And I think we're about good. Just let this kind of dry a little bit. Alright, now we're shaving out the inside of this pauldron. Okay, stick that on there, and then that on there. Anyway, alright, cool. That's on there. Now we're going to shave this arm's little shoulder. And we're going to shave the inside of this. Okay. Now we're also going to... Alright. Yeah. Okay. This in this position. put this on here, on shoulder. Okay. Put this arm against the shoulder where it would go. Okay, well, we're losing the pauldron, and we're all fucked. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna just mash it on there. Mash that on there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. That's where that goes. I don't even have glue on it. It sticks. That's great. Because we need that to get into position for this gun hose. Ah! Oh no. So we're going to put the gun hose on today as well. Great. That's where that's gonna go. Now I need to make sure that that's gonna actually marry up when I stick the arm on there. Okay, good. I'm gonna let that dry while I'm holding it, just because it's gonna help out with sticking the hose on. Now, it would be a lot easier if I could just stick this backpack hose unit on, or the hose unit on the backpack. It really would make this whole thing a lot easier. Okay. Alright, I think that's about where we're gonna get to, because I gotta get rolling today. Tomorrow I have the whole day off, but I have to spend that off in my truck. So, yeah, that could be shaved a little bit, but I'll do that tomorrow. So this is about where we're gonna get to. We're gonna go ahead and paint the designators on his stuff. That way he's super easy to identify. Yeah. Again, you paint it in the gap where the stuff will go, and you'll have an easy time. Because this is going to be covered over when you stick him together. So what I always do is I always paint these things separate and then glue them together last. At least what I try to do, if I can. There's some things that, you know, you have to glue them together, but yeah, this is one that I'm going to do that for. And then the other three guys will just be basic Hellblasters for this squad. Okay. Alright, and I'll see you guys in the next video.